With Antonio Brown, bro.
Antonio Brown is wild. He just I don't even know how to.
Did you see the thing he posted that he found on Facebook?
Tom Brady's fucking wife leaving him.
No, he said Daddy doesn't live here anymore, and it was Tom Brady leaving.
Yeah.
That.
Like, why does he hate Tom
AB
Brady
was sitting
so
in the
much?
window of that picture.
I know. Like, why does he hate? Oh, why does he hate Tom Brady so much? Like, what happened to make him hate Tom Brady so much?
I think he just wants a reaction out of him.
I guess.
I think he's just like looking for a reaction.
I'll teach him to
I don't know, bro.
respect
Antonio Brown just because like he's going to pools and whipping it out and stuff. Like there's something not. I mean, people blame CTE, but I've heard that these problems have kind of always been there. That's why when he was drafted, he was a 6th round pick and not a 1st round pick because he has some problems. But I mean,
I know
I feel like
the hit, like I feel like in my mind doesn't play effect into it. It's just like at some point or another he just lost it.
I don't know, like
the hit,
when he
sure,
was first
but
at Pittsburgh, for the most part, I felt like he kept it together. Like he wasn't this insane.
I don't know.
like what's the move for him at this point? Like what is his end goal?
His end goal, I think he has one. I don't think he thinks that far ahead. He's just, I'm gonna do this.
And he's just going and going and going.
He had that. I remember a couple years ago when he had that beef with
Hold on,
like
just
Logan
hold on.
Paul or something, and then he made a diss track. It was so bad, bro. It was like, I think it was like around like the second time Logan Paul was fighting KSI or something. AB, and he just made a diss track about Logan Paul. It was so funny.
So
It
fucking
was
stupid.
so bad. Have you
Hey,
ever
guys.
seen that?
No. And thank God he's out of the league. The league is a better place without Antonio Brown.
It's probably accurate.
Dude's just a lunatic. Like him and Le'Veon Bell too. Le'Veon Bell definitely chill.
Le'Veon Bell is definitely not as bad though.
No, him and I feel like they were on the same level at some point when they were on the Steelers. Like they acted the same way. They acted like assholes. Not even like assholes. Like they just acted like. I mean, they were good too.
I mean,
But like after he got
Le'Veon
traded
Bell
to the
just
Jets, he
wanted his
chilled.
money, like,
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell chilled. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a part of what that guy's on.
that guy's a lunatic. Don't want nothing to.
Fighting Phils.
Oh, Phillies
Braves.
is tough. They're winning it all.
What was the score? 9-8? 7-8 or something?
No, 7-6. 7-6.
7-6. Fucking
Yeah,
fighting.
Castellanos finally decided to show up. Started the game 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs in like the first 4.
He had a nice catch too. And he fucking
Yeah, that catch like saved the game. That could have got bad there.
and then he fucking talked about it in the press conference as if he was explaining baseball for the first time ever.
It's our turn.
I mean, that was probably useful to you. You don't
Alright, I'm gonna
really
creep
know
them in.
anything
Someone
about
hold my
baseball.
closed
Watch your
doors.
mouth. You know how baseball works.
Like, you know the general, like, what a baseball
Yeah, just
is.
run through it, yep.
Yeah.
6 is definitely the goat.
Okay, Rays. Your paint sales.
Is that all you know is Jimmy Six and Joe Girardi?
What about Bryce Harper?
It's over.
Castellanos, Rich Haas,
Bruh, he's had
Yeah, I
kind
wanna
of
do
a
an
down
A
year though.
split or something.
Juan Soto. Fuck
Change
Juan
one,
Soto.
use his ult. I'm just gonna creep
Fuck
up
the
to
Mets,
mid.
bro. The Mets are ass.
Never mind, Teo, take the
Mets
bottom
are ass.
main.
It's a 5-game
Fucking
series, so
shit.
you gotta win 3.
You're done.
Like the wild card's a best of 3, divisional is a best of 5, and then the
One's coming to your left,
championship series and the World Series are both 7-game series. But the Dodgers and Yankees, in terms of like football, would be like the Cowboys, the team with just the most money, and are just gonna be throwing money at people and can just buy whatever they want.
Who do you think the best current teams are in the playoffs? To have a shot.
Uh,
Besides the Titans. The Titans are going to the fucking World Series.
Know what to do.
Besides the Phillies, it would probably be up there. Astros would probably be up there. I kind of think the Yankees are frauds. I don't think they're making it to the World Series.
Yeah, the fucking Phillies are going to be up there. Phillies are going to do well. Phillies are
Yeah,
definitely
I
gonna
think-
fucking
Cutting their
make the chip. They're gonna at least make it to the chip.
Hostile KIA.
Yeah, they're.
But if they
they're-
make it to the chip, they're gonna win.
Wheeler and Nola are both really good. The lineup, if the lineup is playing to
How's that for a plan?
as good as it can, it's one of, if not the best lineups in all of baseball. Is defensively, the Phillies tend to make a lot of errors and just
Yeah,
give
they
up
don't have a
free
lot of
base
defense.
runners.
I know that
Yeah,
much.
they give up free base runners, free runs all the time, and then our bullpen is not great.
At this point, the Sixers are winning it all too. Sixers fucking look great, the preseason team.
Especially Maxi, man. Maxi's fucking killing it.
players.
Maxi is killing it.
Maxi was, I think he started last preseason game, the first 3
3
minutes, 3 for 3 from 3. Just,
Mm-hmm. Harden still looks a little slow.
He's averaging like 40
Okay, I
points
only
per
have, like,
36 minutes in the
78
preseason.
grenades left.
Harden still looks a little slow.
I mean, that's gonna happen when you're old.
We need Embiid to go
Threes,
off.
like-
I want Embiid to touch the ball every possession, bro.
Yeah, but like, all we need from Harden is one, making sure that he's getting assists, getting people the ball, and then it hit his threes. That's really all we need from Harden. Like, we don't need Harden to be Houston Harden averaging 40 points a game.
Houston Harden would be nice.
It would definitely be nice, but it's not necessary.
It's just not realistic either.
You can't expect that from.
Especially because even look at Steph Curry in the playoffs last year. They won the chip. They looked a little slow.
Bro.
Spike down.
I think it was Harden and Thompson
Yeah, it might have been Harden and Thompson. Dude, I
getting called out in the chat.
saw that. You're 0-8.
Fuck, bro. I'm a defensive player. The Bulls are going to be good this year, but they're just going to be mediocre like always.
I feel like the West, the West does not look that good.
Who we got left? LeBron and the Lakers.
Warriors,
Right.
but I mean they're falling apart. They're punching each other in the face mad hard.
Yeah, the Draymond punch was bad. Draymond punch was so bad.
The Nuggets, I guess. The Jazz traded everybody away, so they're done.
They're
the
rebuilding.
Mavs are only Luka.
T-Wolves.
Yeah, but the T-Wolves are going to be running out Cat and Rudy Gobert. Like,
I don't know why they
that
didn't go back.
like that might be good for some regular season wins, but long playoffs, that is not gonna.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Gobert's not a bad pickup for them because now Cat can play more of a stretch four.
Yeah, but
I think that's kind of the goal.
Gobert is an overrated defender. We've seen him get exposed in playoffs.
Jokic exposes him every year. I'm pretty sure they played like the last 3 years, the Jazz and the Nuggets, and the Nuggets always win.
Down B.
Like, Gobert, like, if you don't force him to switch and you could just let him camp the paint and block shots, yeah, he's going to be a good defender because he's 7'3" or whatever. He's massively tall. Obviously, he's going to be a good defender if he can stand right in front of the rim.
Yeah.
But, I mean, smart teams are going to force him out into the perimeter and switch onto smaller guys, or just going to blow right by him for easy buckets, and it happens every single year.
I mean, Ben Simmons did it to him in 1 year.
Ben Simmons is Garbo, and he put up 40
42.
points on Gobert. Gobert being the primary defender for most of that game. You're giving 3 consecutive Defensive Player of the Year awards to?
We just find it a little ridiculous on 3 defensive player of the years when I know it. We know the 1 year probably should have been Ben Simmons, as much as we don't want to admit. It wasn't Ben Simmons, and Gobert got it again. Embiid should have won the
I
MVP
mean,
of the year.
bro,
Jokic.
everything that's wrong with Ben
Jokic got
Simmons. Ben Simmons is a really good defender. He has 0 offensive game, but he is a really good defender.
He does have an offensive game. It's just dunking the ball. Offense,
You
driving
see the video of, I guess the Nets were doing some, like,
Pull up.
promo shoot at, like, a street court,
Mm-hmm.
and Ben Simmons just turned around and airballed.
I'm so happy he's
Bro,
not.
I'm seeing on, like, I go on Twitter and I see the Nets fans tweeting stuff about Ben Simmons, and it's all the same stuff we were saying the whole time he was in Philly. The entire
But-
time he was in Philly, it's the same exact stuff we were saying.
The difference is they have Kyrie and KD, and he's not going to need to take any shots. But being the point guard and not being able, or what is he going to play at 4?
4 or the center or something, but I feel like 90% of positions in today's NBA, if you can't shoot at all, like, you can't be
You're gonna
on
get
the
exposed.
Hold on, don't get crazy.
Yeah, like, he at least needs to be able to shoot free throws, especially with his play style.
I really liked
Oh
that
my
guy at the beginning. When he first was in Philadelphia, I really liked him.
Yeah, well, most of the time you're gonna like the guys on your team, especially, you know, new draft picks.
I don't even want to hate him now, but it's like he just, I don't know. He sleaze the
Kind
shit
of
out of him.
scumbag sometimes.
I like the JJ Redick podcast with him.
Last
Didn't watch
round
it.
in
I
the
saw
round.
like one clip about.
Spend it all.
He said he still
Watch.
loves Philly and does love for the fans. Says that
I mean,
some of the fans still have love for him, and I'm like, that's
yeah,
not
but
true.
doesn't he kind of have to say that?
Yes.
Because if he's sitting on that podcast and he just goes, "Oh, I hate Philly. Philly's the worst. The people suck. I hate everything." Like, if he says that, he's gonna get killed. Like, he
Yeah.
can't. He can't.
And he knows better. Yeah, he's like, yeah, just be nice to him. Talk to us the way we want. Like Brendan, like, yeah, we're gonna talk all that shit, bro, but we want you to step up. We don't want you to fucking fold.
Yeah, we don't talk shit because we want you to, because we hate you.
Or we want you to
yes, we
feel
want you to
bad.
step
No, yeah.
up.
We want you to step the fuck up. I can't wait to see his fucking... I can't wait to see how he does in the regular season. I don't want to ever see, like, anyone do bad, but I just want to see the same things that we had to deal with. When do you think Brady's gonna retire?
Like, I don't know. He's so old. Like, he should not be playing football at his age, but he is, because
One else.
you know, I feel like the NFC this year is super weak. Like, you got the Eagles who are undefeated right now, but like,
That's
I
it?
feel like
We are
Yeah, I feel
undefeated,
like
that's it?
no-
No, we are undefeated because we were the best team in the fucking NFL. Thank you.
I feel like the NFC is a weak division right now,
Don't care.
or a weak conference. Like, as a whole, they just do not look good. Like, all the top teams are not, like, none of them seem like they have the ability to go win a championship.
Excuse me, the Eagles are going to go out and win a championship.
Who else is a contender in the NFC? The Packers are terrible. The Bucks don't look good.
The Bucks look
Rams
old.
don't look good. Terrible in prime time. They get into the playoffs, they're not going to do anything.
Didn't they win
Kirk
last week?
Cousins Yeah, but that's not a prime time game.
You know Smith looks good. He's making Russell Wilson look
But
like the
he's-
biggest system
he's
quarterback
Geno
ever.
Smith. Like, sure, the Rams look pretty good for the most part, but Jimmy G's their quarterback. Like, do we have faith that Jimmy G is gonna
The Niners? I mean, I don't have faith in Jimmy G at all. I mean, I do, but I don't.
exactly?
Sometimes his team looks good, sometimes it looks bad.
Just
Debo Samuel looks good.
But,
like
like,
Deebo
compare
Samuel.
that to the AFC, where you have the Chiefs, you have the Chargers, you have
Chargers ain't any good. When you list threats, I don't want to
you
hear the
have
Chargers.
Baltimore, you have
I'll take
Cincinnati
Baltimore.
can turn it around.
I don't. My fantasy team is
You
gonna
have
look good.
Buffalo. You have Buffalo.
Buffalo is a regular season team.
Miami.
They will do well.
What do you mean? Buffalo did good in the playoffs last year. They won. They got kicked out of the playoffs last year because they lost the coin toss in overtime and then never touched the ball again.
Oh, the Bengals, yes. They lost to the Bengals, man.
The Bengals, just their defense got super high,
He
and
didn't even go for the
offensive line were able to keep it together for the most part.
I really thought it was about to be the Jamar.
I definitely saw Bengals regression coming. You know, Super Bowl hangover, but their offensive line is just not good, and it was definitely not going to be able to replicate what it did last year.
For you, hermanita.
I want to know who drafted after me in our fantasy league now.
Okay.
Because I want to see who.
don't remember.
Remember Jesse was close to me. Adam was 7.
You can.
I was 8,
think you can go look at the draft still.
I think I might. I might have to. Might have to take a gander at it at some point.
Grenade. Spike planted.
That's very unfortunate. Eagles look so good. AJ Brown was the invisible man at the end of last game, but he was the invisible man all of last game.
One enemy remaining.
Couple catches for like 30 yards, and then I didn't see him again after that.
Yeah, that was game was
Pretty odd for AJ Brown, because usually he plays well.
Nice try.
Monte
That
Smith
was,
has
a,
been.
that was a real defensive heavy game though, kind of, for the most part. Like
Well,
no
but-
offense really. Offense really seemed like they had best stuff going.
I saw a meme and it was about the Cardinals game. Not the Cardinals game. The Bengals and the Chiefs and Raiders. That's what it was. Chiefs and Raiders, and it was like the Chiefs electing to go for it and try to go up by 8 as opposed to just take the field goal and go out, or I mean take the field goal and go up 8. Whatever it was, the extra point. And then it was a brain on fire, and then it was Derek Carr's brain on fire, and it said, when you try to go for 2, what did they do at the end of that game? They like went for 2. They went for 2 and they
Yeah, I
missed
think
it.
they went for
No,
2
they-
and missed it.
No, they didn't. Because they fucking... I remember Tay Adams and fucking... What's his face? Hunter Renfro ran into each other. I remember that at the end of the game.
Yeah,
Spike planted.
but I think did they go for 2 or did they go for a touchdown instead?
They went for
of
2
a
instead of trying to
field
tie
goal?
it. It was 29-30.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs could have went up
Which,
by...
to be honest, if you're playing the Chiefs, that might be the right way to go.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Last player standing.
I don't know.
You really want to risk going to overtime? You're playing for the win.
Everyone's motor functions okay?
Playing the team that's, for the most part, for most of the time Patrick Mahomes has been in the NFL, has been a top 3 team in the league. And has shown the ability to score whenever they feel like it.
Travis Kelce, 4 touchdowns.
Exactly.